What's good, everybody? If you're here, that means that you are trying to get more leads so that you can close more sales and ultimately get more money for your business and, of course, for yourself. So we're going to get into a content strategy that you should use so that you know that you're putting all of your efforts into the right place to get the most value for your time. But first, I have to let you know about an event that I have going on Monday that you guys will be able to attend. It is training for you and your business. This is my Practice to Profit Challenge, and it is a 3-day challenge. It's all virtual. It'll be online, and you can attend it from the comfort of your homes. And basically, during this training, I'm going to be teaching you how to turn your side hustle or your side business into your full-time income. So I have a sale going on it right now, and you will be pleasantly surprised with the sale that you see. Just go to the bottom of this page. I'll put a link to this in the description. And currently, as it stands, it's about 8 hours left to get that sale, so make sure you go and take a look at it. But you can get some testimonials and see what other people thought about the challenge that attended it before. This is going to help those of you that are struggling with finding time to get things done and work on your business if you have a busy life, figuring out what steps to take to set up your business legally and functionally, and having everything that you need to operate your business that most people overlook, that they don't know they need when they're getting started in business. How to use social media to market and attract leads consistently for free. So using everything but ads and creating funnels for your business to get leads, converting leads into buyers for your services, whether that be online or even over the phone. So over the phone sales is included with this as well. Feeling overwhelmed with mundane tasks to slow down your business growth. So showing you how to automate things so that you can get more done in less time, and you don't have to do everything in your business. And it also helps your business to look like a bigger business with more employees, even if it's just you. And also obtaining business funding. So we're going to talk about how your personal credit, your business credit are going to affect you in getting funding for your business as well. So we're going to talk about all of those things and more during the challenge. So if you're struggling in those areas, make sure that you do sign up for the challenge. Again, it is May 22nd through the 24th. It is going to be at 8 p.m. Eastern. So while you've gotten everything taken care of during the day, your work, your kids, done everything you need to do, you can take part of the challenge. And it'll be anywhere between 1 to 2 hours that evening, depending on which level of tickets you get. So definitely go ahead and check that out. Again, time management, setting up your business, marketing, sales, scaling your business, and securing funding for your business. All of that is what we're going to talk about and what you're going to learn about as we go through the challenge. So definitely check out this link. You can see there are 3 different options as far as tickets go. Get these while you can. Again, that sale is going to end in a few hours, so make sure you check this out as soon as you can, and I'll see you in the challenge. Okay, now like I said, today we're going to be talking about content strategy and what's the best thing for you to do and the best place for you to put your content. So let's go ahead and dive straight into that. So when you are in business, the main thing that you're trying to do is create a value exchange. You want to exchange your product or your services for a person's dollars, and that person wants to give you their dollars if you can help them to solve their problem. And this is the basic exchange and the basic purpose of any business. Now, the problem with this is you have to be able to help enough people that you are actually going to be able to hit the goal that you have for your income and your revenue. So a lot of people want to get to that 10K monthly mark, and then after that they will feel like they have seen at least a level of success for now. And of course, you're going to want to grow your business beyond that. But the main thing to get to that goal is you have to help enough people and exchange enough value that you can actually realize that goal that you have. Now, the most important thing that you want to pay attention to while you're trying to achieve that goal is something that most people overlook because of what they're used to coming from their 9 to 5, and that is exchanging their time for dollars. So when you work a 9 to 5, that's exactly what you do. You're giving them your time, they're giving you some money. But also as a business owner, you want to be making sure that you're getting the most return on your time and your effort that you do put in. And in business, there are various different aspects of business that you have to learn and master, but you always are going to want to make sure that you are putting in as little time as possible and getting the most result for the amount of time and effort that you put in. Now, one way of doing this is to pay somebody else to do the work for you, like your marketing in this instance. You could pay a company to come in and do it for you. You could pay somebody on Fiverr or something like that. Or you can keep that money in your pocket and just find low cost, low time consuming ways to actually get content out there, get marketing out there that will bring people to you in the masses. And we're going to talk about all your different options to do that and the best option in just a second. Now, I don't think I have to tell you that the best thing to do to get free traffic to your business is to go on social media. But you do know that there are several different social media platforms that are out there. So again, we want to post on the best social media platforms out there to get exposure, to get traffic, and we want to be able to do it for free. And we want to be able to do this while putting in the littlest amount of effort possible to still get a good result and give people what they need and what they're looking for. Now, to look at how we're going to do that, or the best way to do that, we're going to look at something called half-life. Now, half-life is basically when you create a post, that post is going to get engagement. It's going to get likes. It's going to get comments. Hopefully it does if you have good content that you're putting out there. But that is the ultimate goal of what you want to get. And half-life is a determinant of how much time it takes before your post gets at least half of the engagement that it is going to get before it phases out. So we're going to be looking at what is called half-life of posts on each different platform, or the main ones that people use. And this is going to show us how long basically is the lifespan of a post before it dies off, and then you need to post another post in order to continue to have yourself relevant on people's minds. Because when people go on social media, it's a bunch of other people that sell what you sell, that do what you do, that are also out there posting, and the person that stays relevant and top of mind is the person that's usually going to win the sale and is going to get the engagement from the audience. So you need to know how often you need to post on these platforms so that you can stay relevant, and that's what we're going to look at. Now, this particular site right here, they went ahead to about 32 different diverse sources to get information that was posted on how long the half-life time frames are on these different platforms, and they averaged them out because there are different numbers out there if you go searching for this number or this metric in different places. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at that. But first off, let's go ahead and take a look at TikTok, because they didn't mention it on that first site. And we can see here that on TikTok, the average half-life is about 0 to 2 minutes. So basically, after you post something on TikTok, you have a few minutes to really see if you're going to get the engagement that you want in there. And if it doesn't go viral, it pretty much dies, the post that is. So what they do recommend is that to stay relevant on TikTok, that you post at least 1 to 3 times a day. 1 to 3 times a day. So now that can be a lot. I know that's short form content, but 1 to 3 times a day, that can be a little bit time consuming, but that's what we're looking at in regards to TikTok. Now let's go ahead and take a look at Twitter. Now when it comes to Twitter, it says the half-life of a tweet is about 24 minutes. So within 24 minutes, or almost half an hour, that's when the life of the tweet is pretty much over, or half of the life of the tweet is pretty much over. So within an hour, or maybe less than that, you will start to see that die off. Now when we come back to the other side and we look at the recommendation for how many times you should post, and you see they have a different time frame over here. They have 15 to 18 minutes. You can see that they're telling you that you should be tweeting 6 to 8 times a day with something that's useful. So that's even more times than on TikTok. So again, that is a lot of content that you would have to be putting out. And again, it is small pieces, small chunks, but to make sure that you're giving people something meaningful, that will take more time, and you would have to have enough stored up at least for 6 to 8 times a day. Now let's go to something that's a little bit more popular, Facebook. That's where a lot of business owners are. That's where a lot of people are. Facebook is a very big platform, but you can see here that the life of a post on Facebook is around 1.75 hours. We can go ahead and round it up to about, let's just say 2 hours. And that is how long it takes before half of the life of the Facebook post is over with and done. So how many times should we be posting based off of that? So the recommended time frame for Facebook is going to be about 4 times per day. Now, you know, with Facebook, you can do text posts, you can create images, you can do videos. It's a bunch of different types of content that you can put out there. And so you have a lot to choose from. and you have to get at least 4 posts in a day to try to remain relevant or stay top of mind on that platform. Let's check out Instagram real quick. The life of a post on Instagram is 20 hours, which is a lot better. That's almost a full day. You know, pretty much people asleep for 8 hours a day. Then you got to go back and forth to work. You got to eat at some point. So it's really a little bit less time that a person is spending in their waking hours doing something. And 20 hours for an Instagram post is pretty good. Now, looking at the recommendations that they have here, they have once per weekday between 10 to 2 p.m. Now, you really don't want to go off of this time frame. That's kind of going to be based off of what your audience does as far as their activity on the platform, but at least once per weekday. So that's about 5 times a week. So again, that's not as bad as the other platforms. If you're looking at LinkedIn, the time frame is about 24 hours that you have for the half-life of a post, which is, again, we're getting a little bit better as far as the time frame goes. And the recommendation for posting on there is going to be 1 post per day between Tuesday and Thursday is what they say on this platform. Now, what I see recommended over here is 1 to 2 times per day actually on LinkedIn. So again, that can vary, but those are recommended posting times for those particular platforms. Okay, so now we've talked about pretty much all of the common platforms that you would normally use for social media marketing. Now, let's get into the one that a lot of people don't use, but is probably the most powerful. And I'm sorry, it is the most powerful, and it is the best one that's out there. That's why you're on it watching this video, trying to learn how to get more leads, because that's where you go to get content, and that's where the people that are looking for you and what you offer also go to look for information. As you can see, there are over 2.5 billion people that go to YouTube to try to find information that they're looking for. Now, the half-life for a YouTube video on average from what they have is about 8.8 days, but in some places you'll see 20 days of half-life. For instance, over here on the other site we were looking at, you can see it says 20 plus days for YouTube, and I can tell you from experience in using YouTube for so long, I've seen that really it's somewhere between 14 days to 20 days that you can say that it will usually get its most engagement, but really that depends. Depending on the type of content that you put on YouTube, it can really work very differently. So here's an example of a video that I had on my main channel. When this one initially started off, it came out and it didn't do all that well performance wise. At first, as you can see, it was dropped on May 10th of 2022, and then by May 14th, it was all the way down here. So that's only a few days later. And as you can see, it did crawl along until at some point, it actually started to skyrocket a little bit more, and I started seeing more daily interaction with it. And now if you take a look at that same video, it actually, even though it was way down here back then when it first got started, you can see that it went way past what the normal would be, which is that gray line, and this is like 372 days into the future. So the thing about YouTube videos is that even if they have a certain shelf life that is mentioned, YouTube is actually a search engine and it is not a regular social media platform. People can go to YouTube and search infinitely for whatever your topic was that you made a video about and find that video years later, and it can still get views, it can still generate traffic for you, and it can still generate sales for you. Now, in comparison, there are some videos that start off really good at the beginning, as you can see here, about 18 days right here, starting to level off. As long as it's a steep slope, that means it's getting a lot of traffic, but you can see around 18 days it starts to level off some, and then a little bit further down the line, 27 days, it's more flat as far as its growth. So some videos will start off really well and then they will start to slow down, even though they'll still get traffic. As you can see, within 48 hours it has 71 people that have seen this post or interacted with this post in some type of way. Now, as far as when to post, they don't really tell you how much you should be posting, but it does say post on a weekday afternoons or weekend mornings. But basically, from what I've seen, if you have a post of at least once a week, that is enough to stay relevant. However, you can do more by posting more too, but because of the shelf life and the half-life of a YouTube video, and the fact that even after that life has gone away, you can still get views on videos up to years later. That means that these posts that you put on YouTube can essentially be working for you into infinity without you having to make multiple posts in one day. Now, one of the other benefits of YouTube is that it has almost everything that the other platforms have. Just like on Instagram and Facebook, you can come and create posts on a community tab, which you can use images for, and you can actually put links in there. You can do polls and quizzes, so you can definitely interact with your people that are in your community on your YouTube channel. You can do videos as well. And just like on TikTok, you can actually post shorts on YouTube, so you can take advantage of that short form content that is under 60 seconds and still get the virality that you can get from TikTok as well. Not to mention, they also have added a dedicated place on the website for podcasts too, so you can have video and audio podcasts. And of course, you already know about the long and short form video that you can already do on YouTube. So not only is YouTube the #2 search engine in the world, and that's only behind Google, which owns YouTube, which means that you can actually have YouTube videos pop up on Google as well if the video performs well for that type of content or for that search term or whatever. Then you can have your video actually show up on YouTube. So that means you can have your content for your topic and your niche showing up on the second largest search engine and the first with one piece of content. And I don't think enough people talk about this, the fact that YouTube has the most valuable audience, because when people go to Facebook, they go to TikTok, they go to all these different platforms, usually it's for some type of entertainment or something like that. They're not necessarily going there to solve a problem. On TikTok, you can kind of argue that, but in most cases, they're on there for some type of entertainment, and they're not really going in there searching for solving a particular problem that they would be willing to spend money to solve. On YouTube, more than likely, people are going in to try to learn how to fix something and how to do something that they need to do. And if you are the person that's helping them with that, and they find you on YouTube, then that means that you can be that first person to help them, and they will feel more likely to want to spend money with you, of course. But because people go to YouTube with the intent of trying to search for solving a problem, same thing for Google, that makes the audience a little bit more valuable because they have a different type of intent than the person that's on a regular social media platform. Not to mention, one of the most important things besides being able to, get your business out there and get massive amounts of exposure for your business, there are several different ways for you to get paid, because YouTube actually pays you to create content on it. Now, the other platforms did roll out something in regards to monetization for your content, but it still remains the fact that the best place to get paid to create content is YouTube. Not only do they pay you through AdSense, they also have memberships. They have where you can put your products like your t-shirts, mugs, stuff like that from a Teespring store. You can have that stuff underneath your videos and you can make sales that way. People can send a tip through a thanks on your video just like they can a like. People can do a super chat and pay you. There are all types of different ways for you to make money through the YouTube platform besides them just paying you on a monthly basis, which a lot of people just make a living off of making YouTube videos all on its own. And even if you don't want to do it to get paid from YouTube, again, it is the best place for exposure for your business. And if your channel grows large enough, you will have sponsors reaching out to you. And I've seen it happen on almost a weekly basis. I consistently get emails of people that want to promote their business on my channel, or they want to sponsor my business by getting promotion through my business as well. And that is another thing that you can do to add revenue streams to your business to make your business more sustainable, while you have that money coming in addition to the money that you get coming in from your business, getting more exposure, getting more traffic, and all of that. And one of the most important things about using YouTube is if you use YouTube as your main source and place of putting your content, your foundation, if you will, then you can repurpose those videos and use them on the other platforms without having to make multiple pieces of content for each platform. As I mentioned to you, you would post on some of those places for like maybe 1 to 4 times a day, depending on which platform you choose. You can actually take a YouTube video and break it down to whatever platform you wanted to do, and I'll show you how right now. Now, if you're familiar with repurpose.io, they're a company that I use to actually repurpose my videos, and the way that it works is I can have this to automatically, every time I post a video up, I can come in here and I can have certain templates already ready to turn my content on my channel into different pieces of content. So you can see here on this channel, it automatically, when you connect your social media channels, your Facebook, your Instagram, your TikTok, your YouTube. It will pull in all your content for you. And you can see here, it pulled in this video. I was able to take it and make little snippets and turn them into YouTube shorts. That's what I use this particular workflow for right here. And I can do this with any of the videos that I have. I can turn them into shorts, and I can make as many shorts as I want to out of a video. But in addition to that, something that I do also is, because I know that I already am gonna turn these into shorts, I have it set up to where it will automatically turn any shorts I create for YouTube into a TikTok. Now I can do the same thing to turn it into a reel on Instagram or Facebook and have it posted over there. I just have to connect them. But as you can see, I can make one piece of content and I can have that content distributed out to all the other platforms without me having to do it multiple times in a day. And I can also schedule these posts so that they can go out 3 times a day, and then it can, have another 3 go out the next day if I need to post that much content on that particular platform. And I'll put a link to repurpose.io in the description for you guys as well. Now, let's say you want to turn your content into a blog post, or you want to put it into a post, like pieces of it on Facebook or something like that. You can actually come to rev.com, and they charge $1.50 per minute to actually give you a transcript of your video with 99% accuracy. So you can come here, upload your video to them, or send them the link to it, and they will actually transcribe the video for you. And you can use that transcribed content to actually create a post, to pull out tweets with certain things that you said that you feel like are important or viral worthy. And you can do all of that from here. So you don't really have to spend a lot of money, and you can get a whole lot of stuff done by just using a YouTube video as your base, breaking it down into little pieces, transcribing it, and using those little pieces elsewhere. And you can actually have this automated too, where every time you have a video that comes out, you can send it over to Rev and have it automatically transcribed for you by using a platform called Zapier. So it's very easy to, instead of going to the different platforms and making content specifically on those platforms for as many times as it takes to stay relevant, and then having to go to all the other platforms to do the same thing, you can have your content literally create the long form on YouTube, have it distributed everywhere else, and you are then at that point leveraging your time wisely and getting the most bang for your buck, because you would be on the most popular platform where people go, and those people are a high value audience, and they're trying to solve a problem. You can be the person to solve the problem, and you can still be on the other platforms as well without having to miss out on that traffic, but you're doing less work to get on those platforms. So if you find this information valuable, make sure you hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel. On this channel, I'm always talking about how you can have passive income and get active freedom and not being tied down to your business like a 9-to-5. If that sounds interesting to you, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can get more information just like this. And now that you know where you need to be posting your content, I'm going to give you some of the best and easiest ways to come up with content to post on your channel that you're going to start, or wherever you want to post the information. So check out this video so you can see that coming up.